Bold and the Beautiful spoilers reveal that a terrifying event is about to happen to Steffy that threatens her life in a tragic accident. After an evening of chatting and drinking with Bill, Steffy decided to return to her familiar Cliff House. However, that journey leads her to an unexpected death encounter. Before the accident, Steffy experienced a series of complicated emotions related to Hope and her husband. The conversation with Bill began when Steffy expressed deep concerns about Hope getting too close to her husband. Steffy's mind was troubled when she felt that Hope was gradually becoming a potential risk to her family's happiness. Bill, with an empathetic and protective attitude, not only listened, but also teased to relieve Steffy's worries. The two toasted to the departure of Hope from Steffy's life, at least for the time being, as she had just been fired and seemingly left her job at the Forrester family. However, that seemingly harmless drink was the cause of the impending tragedy, as Steffy began to feel dizzy and had difficulty concentrating while driving home. The slight but dangerous hangover from the alcohol had caused her to lose the ability to drive soberly. Her mind was still filled with worries, and her body was unstable. Steffy suddenly lost control of the steering wheel and crashed head-on into another car going in the opposite direction. The collision was so strong that her car was almost deformed, no longer intact. Steffy was found in critical condition with many serious injuries. Her chances of survival became very slim. The dire state of the car and Steffy's injuries have left everyone fearing a heartbreaking end, not only causing pain to the Forrester family, but also leaving lingering questions as to whether the toast with Bill was an indirect cause of this disaster. And can Steffy overcome this critical period to continue with her family, or will this be a huge shock that will forever change the lives of those around her? Steffy is fighting for her last breath in the emergency room after a serious car accident. As soon as she was brought to the hospital, Steffy's excessive blood loss forced the doctors to take emergency action. Ridge, a loving father, did not hesitate to transfuse his daughter with blood in the hope of giving her the strength to overcome this life-and-death challenge. But the situation becomes increasingly tense as the doctors face the reality that Steffy's chances of survival are gradually narrowing. In the face of this dangerous situation, all eyes are on Finn, Steffy's lover, and also a doctor at this hospital. Finn always tries his best to save his beloved from the hands of death. He not only faces the responsibility of a doctor, but also a man who is witnessing his beloved falling into a life-threatening situation. Every second that passes, Steffy's relatives, such as Ridge, Brooke, and the Forrester family, are anxiously waiting for a miracle from Finn. However, all hope seems to be lost when Finn, despite his best efforts, cannot change the fact that Steffy is too seriously injured, and all efforts to save her gradually become hopeless. In the dramatic context of November, Steffy's death, if it really happens, will be a big shock. Fans, especially those who have followed Steffy's ups and downs, will find it difficult to accept the loss of a female lead character, a spiritual pillar in the plot of the film. Steffy is not only the center of the Forrester family, but also an iconic figure in the story of love, hate, and fierce family rivalry. While Steffy's death may be heartbreaking for the audience and the Forrester family, it is a secret source of joy for Hope and Carter, who had deep conflicts with her. Hope may see Steffy's passing as an end to her emotional troubles with Liam. Carter, who had a grudge against Steffy, seems to find a kind of relief now that Steffy is no longer there to confront or hinder. If Steffy's funeral does take place, it will not only be a tragic scene for the family, but also one of the biggest turning points on The Bold and the Beautiful. However, this is also a time that could create new conflicts, as Ridge, Finn, and even Liam may have to face new responsibilities and emotions, from the pain of loss to anger at those who rejoiced at Steffy's departure.